everyone, it's Jasmine and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and today I am finally back with another language learning video. And I know it's been such a long time. I just haven't been able to really prioritize my language learning recently because I've just had so much to do. But today I kind of woke up and I was like, you know what, I'm going to prioritize my language learning. I really miss it, and I just want to put some time into doing more of that today, and I know you guys miss it as well. So today I'm going to be bringing you guys along and show you guys how I'm going to be studying 4 languages, and as you may probably have guessed, those languages are Korean, Chinese Mandarin, Polish and Japanese. So I'll show you guys exactly what I get up to, kind of explain the things I do and how I'm learning them, and hopefully this can inspire you guys if you are learning a language as well and give you some ideas. So if you do like this type of video, please give it a thumbs up so I know last time you guys really liked the study with me, so I thought I'd do another one again today. So let's get straight into it. I am super excited to do some more language learning. So today I started off my Korean session by reading aloud from my real life conversations ebook from Talk to Me in Korean.
소영아, 이번 크리스마스 계획 있어? 아니, 아직 아무 계획도 없어. 너는? 우리도 아무 계획이 없어서 신랑이랑 얘기했는데 친한 사람들 초대해서 우리 집에서 가능하게 식사하면서 술 마시면 어떨까요? 안녕하세요. 처음 뵙겠습니다. 네, 반갑습니다. 말씀 많이 들었습니다.
I then went on over to the Talk to Me in Korean website to the curriculum section, and I went on to level 2 lesson 11, and I decided to write a self-introduction again since I haven't done one in a long time and I really wanted to practice that. So in their PDF, they do provide a brief format of how you can write out your self-introduction. So I basically just went along that, and I first wrote out the dot points of my self-introduction, and then I wrote it into paragraphs because, I don't know, I just really like transferring dot points into sentences, and I find it really helps with building sentences. So of course sometimes I'm gonna need some help because I don't know all the vocabulary yet. I'm only intermediate, so yeah, I just reached for Google Translate, which is pretty much my best friend when it comes to languages, and I just use that to help me with translating any vocabulary. So then after the dot points, I then moved on to my paragraph, and really I just wrote quite freely, whatever was on my mind, using all the vocabulary and different expressions that I know, and of course using the vocab from the dot points. I personally really like writing out self-introductions and journals in Korean because I just find it really helps, because I'm actually putting into practice what I've learned from watching and from listening, and it's something that I really encourage beginners especially to start doing because I just think it's so extremely helpful. And then I thoroughly went through another lesson, this time focusing on an expression called I think, and I read it all, I understood it all, and then I made notes in my notebook like always. I also always make sure that I include examples so I actually understand the content that I'm learning, and you'll probably also realize that I also color coordinate everything, such as one color for examples and one color for main notes, because for me it just really helps with organization and having things less complicated. And then I repeated the exact same thing for another lesson that I felt I needed to improve on. And then I moved on to Chinese, where once again I started off by doing some reading aloud, and this book is actually a book on idiom stories, which I find is super interesting.
古代有一个音乐家名叫明公仪，他的琴弹得非常出色。他来到郊外，只见满目都是青山绿水，蓝天上飘着悠悠白云。
I then also did some reading aloud from my contemporary Chinese textbook, which came with my uni, and this time I read out lesson number 9, which would help with my next activity.
你就是大名鼎鼎的丁克组长吴小文啊。你怎么也回心转意了？
I then moved on to lesson number 9 in another textbook provided by my uni, and this actually complements the lesson that I just read aloud. And what I started off by doing was by going through the main vocabulary and just picking out the words that I am not too familiar with or need practice writing. I always write out this vocabulary in my notebook and also the pronunciation if I need help with that, as well as some examples which are taken from the Pleco app, which is my favorite app for learning Chinese. It's not only a dictionary, but it provides so many examples and it's just so amazing. So I do that to make sure that I understand everything in the chapter. I then went through the rest of the chapter where I did some more reading of the text provided and also filled in the activities. So I did things such as true and false, also completing the sentences, filling in the blanks, and also doing translation from English into Chinese, which I have to say is probably my favorite activity. And then it was time for some Japanese, which I was so excited for. So I first started off by learning and writing some basic greetings from my cute little Japanese phrasebook into my language notebook. I'm still very new to Japanese and I'm still learning the hiragana and katakana, but I'm just taking my time and writing out the greetings because I think that's very important. And also I just really appreciate the Japanese characters. I just find it so extremely satisfying and just so cool. I find it very different. So yeah, I spent some time doing that, writing out the main greetings. I then went on to an app called Lingodia to help with learning the alphabet, and there I just practiced my hiragana and katakana, and I find this activity pretty interesting and quite fun and pretty efficient as well. So this is my current favorite app for learning Japanese. Last but not least, I spent some time studying some Polish again. So I started off by reviewing the alphabet, the greetings, and the food that I had written down and made notes in my notebook.
Cześć, dzień dobry, dobry wieczór, witam, do zobaczenia wykroć, jeść, lubię, nie lubię, płatki śniadaniowe, obiad.
And I came across a word that I completely forgot how to pronounce. It was quite a long word, so I had to review that one once again. But I just had some fun reading it out loud. I actually really enjoy reading out loud all languages. I'm not sure if you could tell. For me, that works best. And I did that with all of the vocabulary lists I made in my book. And then I just went onto my Flash Academy app to learn some Polish, and I did a few courses and sessions there. So I just went into the lesson for learning more words on how to be polite and where you are from. And yeah, had a bit of fun with that.
Bardzo dobrze, dziękuję.
Bardzo dobrze, dziękuję. Proszę. Proszę. Skąd jesteś?
Skąd jesteś?
Zjednoczone Królestwo.
UK. Hiszpania.
So that's going to be all for today's language study with me session. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I do just want to mention once again that in terms of language learning, everything that I do is what works best for me personally. So all of my methods that I use, I find are most efficient for the type of learner that I am. And of course there are many different types of learners, and my methods may not necessarily work for you, but of course you are more than welcome to experiment and try different learning methods and ultimately find what's best for you. And if you're new here and you didn't know, I do actually have an ebook called How to Learn Any Language, which I can link in the description box below, and in that I cover so many different areas in terms of how to learn a language, absolutely any language, and I put my heart and soul into that, and I cover things such as motivation, how to get started, where to get started, what type of learner you are, and the best methods for you, and so much more. So if you're interested in that, feel free to check that out. And when you guys let me know that my ebook has helped you, it honestly makes me so incredibly happy and just grateful. I'm so incredibly grateful for you guys and that we have this community. I know I say it all the time, but you guys are just the best, and I appreciate you so incredibly much. I really do. So yeah, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day so far. And oh, actually one more thing I wanted to mention, just one more thing, is that I may not have enough another language learning video out for a while, simply because starting next week I will be traveling, which I am super excited about, but I will be traveling basically for the rest of the month. So I will try to make another language video when I get back, and that will be probably in May, so I hope you guys can understand that. But I hope you guys are excited for the travel vlogs, because I am so excited to travel again. But yeah, just wanted to mention that and let you guys know. So I will see you in my next video. Bye!